Recorded Books presents The Problem of Alzheimer's: How Science, Culture, and Politics Turned a Rare Disease into a Crisis, and What We Can Do About It, by Jason Karlawish. Narrated by Jonathan Todd Ross, with the author.
Introduction: The Disease of the Century. Lewis Thomas, The Problem of Dementia, 1981. It is the worst of all diseases, not just for what it does to the patient, but for its devastating effects on families and friends. By the cold Friday afternoon in January 2010, when I met Edith Harrison for a new patient appointment at the Penn Memory Center, her memory problems have been going on for at least 4, maybe 5 years. Her husband, Ed, struggled to pinpoint exactly when they started. At first, the problems were subtle. She was making more lists. She snapped, "You do too," when he pointed this out to her. "But I've always made them. You've just started." She turned on her heel and strode smartly out of the kitchen. A door slammed. Maybe it is just aging, he decided. And so he let it go. In the months that followed, her memory trickled away. She'd forget an item from the grocery store and repeat a story she'd told him earlier in the day. Otherwise, though, she seemed fine. It was the call from the Homeowners Association that caused him to worry. "Is there something wrong, Mr. Harrison?" asked the officious deputy director. "You haven't paid your fee in 3 months." For the first time since they married, he looked at their joint checking account. Her handwriting, like her, was still elegant, but the balance was in disarray. Maybe this isn't aging. A visit to her primary care doctor for help was too quick and essentially useless. It ended not with a diagnosis, but instead with an antibiotic. The nurse who telephoned with the result of the MRI of her brain reported there was no tumor or stroke, but there was sinusitis. The prescribed antibiotic caused 2 weeks of diarrhea. That was in 2008. There were more doctors and more medications for low thyroid, high anxiety, and chronic fatigue, but no clear diagnosis. In time, they settled into a new normal. He did the bills, they shopped and cooked together, and she watched a lot of TV. Diagnosis didn't seem to matter. It was their daughter who sounded the alarm. She was back from an extended tour of duty with the Army in the Middle East. "Dad, something's really wrong with Mom." She held her hands out before her father, like she intended to shake him. They waited 6 months for a new patient appointment at the Memory Center. "This seems more than memory," Ed anxiously explained to me. He worried she was depressed. Her once inspiring initiative and conscientiousness were fading away. She'd ceased going to her book club and choir. "Not interested," she explained as she sat before the TV. The day of the week was becoming unmoored from ordered time. The repetitious questions, "Is today Monday?" were increasing, and they were profoundly annoying, a kind of slow verbal tennis match. She'd ask, he'd answer, and then 15 minutes later, she'd ask again, back and forth, until she seemed to finally get it. Or he blew up at her. My examination of Mrs. Harrison displayed her cognitive impairments. Her struggle to learn the 5 items of a street address, and after a 5-minute delay to recall only one of those items, Chicago, showed not only problems with memory, her recall of the address, but also with attention and concentration, her struggle to learn the address. In those minutes between learning and recalling the address, I put her through other tests, counting down from 100 by 7s, calculating the change on a purchase. I handed her a pencil and a clipboard with a sheet of plain white paper. "Please draw me the face of a clock, fill in all the numbers, and show the time as 5 minutes to 1. Explanations for all the notes about the house, the double-paid bills, and disordered checkbook were clarifying. She had a problem with memory, the ability to recall new information, and she had problems with the ability to plan, sequence, and organize a task, what psychologists call executive function, a term that describes the adult brain's capacity to conduct itself, to orchestrate its myriad of cognitive abilities, such as memory, language, and attention, into a song of yourself. This test,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?